Good morning, everyone. Dignitaries on and off the dais, my batchmate over here, and all others present. I was slightly late. I'm sorry for that. There was some miscommunication with the organizers that I was late. Urban mobility is the order of the day. We have no qualms and reservations regarding that at all. All of us have gathered here today for that. And as Commissioner of Transport from Kerala, which is considered one continuous urban transport mobile network. We do have three important cities, and more cities are coming up. Kerala is supposed to be one continuous city. We initially had a pilot project of open mobility network in Cochin, which we are thinking of bringing it into the whole of the state. Now, as it stands now, we are going electric in a large way. We are thinking about urban mobility in terms of carbon neutrality and making it all digital and using technology in the coming years. So that is an aspect for the future panel discussion. But let me flag some things which have actually come to my mind. During a last conference which we had in Norway regarding carbon neutrality, I was actually a delegate there. It was held in June. And then we realized that, all the delegates there realized that, there is something which we need to urgently look into regarding the impact studies which are involved when we talk about urban mobility. Urban mobility and urbanization entails a lot of infrastructure development which goes into suburban spaces. Now, what is the impact study and what is the impact assessment of every such development, every such infrastructural initiative that you put across is something which has not been dealt into at all. There is actually, of course, there's a physical impact which involves a lot of number of vehicles coming up. Access to hitherto untouched areas which were considered rural erstwhile, which have become part of the urban sprawl in the due course of this mobility coming up. There is a sociological impact, there's a societal impact where there's a lot of anarchy which actually comes into the society. All these things have not been studied in detail when we talk about urban mobility. And in Kerala, we are actually trying to do projects by which we are studying how urban mobility impacts the rural populace. Actually, I told you again that there is actually no special village concept in Kerala because we have one continuous city. There is no breaks between. There's no little differences between a city and a rural area like that, for the instance. Though we have large conglomerations of people living together and large vehicle numbers in cities like Cochin and Trivandrum and all that, it just continues into the highways and goes on and on. But when these urban mobility infrastructure starts building up into the suburban spaces and into the rural areas, there is a lot of impact which is happening into the society, which is in terms of larger number of vehicles, public transport being supplemented with demand and service transport services, which goes into the rural areas. So we are actually trying to study and put in a lot of effort into bringing in digital technology into all this. And we have actually devised something called the Kerala Open Mobility Network. We have got agencies working on that on a no profit, no loss basis. We are actually trying to bring in larger partners from the central government also. And we are actually welcoming any such initiative from all the states to actually partner with us. And we are trying to bring in electric mobility also in a larger way. And talking about electric mobility, we have got the largest vehicular density compared to any other state in India. We have got around 1.67 crores of vehicles per a population of around 3.3 crores, which is comparable to Spain. Spain has got 492 vehicles per 1,000 people. We have got more than 500 per 1,000 people. So the largest vehicular density being in Kerala, the urban transport expansion being on the anvil in the coming years, We have a serious impact study which is being done into the suburban spaces which are being occupied by the urban sprawl. So the discussion here, I think, should be on urban mobility expansion with more and more infrastructure coming in, but also on the use of reliable digital technologies to actually foster a sustainable transport system which can actually be carbon neutral also. With these humble words, I put forth the suggestions of this august audience to dwell on these aspects in detail in the coming hours. And I'll be coming back for the panel discussion after this. All the best to you, and thank you very much.